So people got released last week, and it feels like a million years ago because I feel like every week feels like a year right now. But the day after last week's Queen Street Posse, news broke that they let go a whole bunch of production people and agents and whatnot in NXT. William Regal, who's been with the company for 21 years, 22 years.
I can't even.
Is gone. He is one of my favorites. Kenny and I have very different opinions on him on Retro. I mean, not necessarily different opinions, but like I find his legacy to be very, very important. Finn Martin disagrees with me, so our Retro pay-per-view reviews are very interesting because he can't stand Regal and he can't stand his matches. But like I grew up in wrestling listening to Regal on commentary, and you can tell that he's one of the smartest people in wrestling. I like his matches when he's not with Edge right now. Because in Retro time he's like,
I was gonna say, I was like, wait a minute, what's going on?
In 2002
like,
it feels like a never-ending feud of Regal and Edge, and Edge is like the most boring, bland babyface version of Edge that he can possibly be, and Regal's not great at working with boring, bland babyface Edge, so it's like it's a bit rocky. But in the year of our Lord 2021/2022, Regal's amazing, right? Like he was a talent scout for NXT. He was integral to recruiting. You can tell if they're getting rid of their main recruiters and their main production people and their main people behind the scenes, they really have a shakeup. Reports came out today that NXT Creative is now not just reporting to Shawn Michaels and Triple H, they're actually reporting directly to Bruce Pritchard. So
did you not see this? But like, I can't remember who reported it, but it was saying that it was like the releases were actually a direct fuck you to Triple H.
It's a direct removal of his regime,
I mean, like Road Dogg's gone, like, you know, I mean, it's literally all of Triple H's people.
And Samoa Joe too. And I mean, they had said that if Regal goes, Samoa Joe is going, because they were all part of that same regime, right? They were people that Triple H brought in, because when Samoa Joe got fired before, he had a talk with Triple H, I think that day or the next day or something, about coming back already. So he was very much a Triple H guy. And now that Triple H is basically like ousted.
But this is the thing, why? Like, I want to know what the
conspiracy theories would say, and this is obviously not like confirmed. My conspiracy theory, the world's conspiracy theory, is that NXT lost to AEW. Vince is pissed about that. They lost the war that they started.
Legit, like the worst thing.
And now
ever.
They're killing it. But
this is the thing, exactly. I know, like, where is the sense in that? Like, where is the sense in that? But yeah, no, it just seems really bizarre, like, how this is like an absolute, like, middle finger up to
it 100% is. To the point where, like, not only did they rebrand everything, got it, like, make it rainbow colors, all things, and I was willing to give it a chance.
Smashing
right?
the title!
You know, like when Braun Breaker came out in the title match last week and kicked through the big X.
Well, do you not think that was reminiscent of when they like battered the throne and stuff like that?
Oh yeah,
like,
yeah.
Do you know what I mean? I was like, this is the thing, is like
people love to destroy symbols of Triple H. Apparently,
but this is the thing though. Is like you've got to understand. Well, the way I like to think about it is like, right, this is actually a family, like a real life family, right?
With
obviously,
drama.
like Triple H has been married into it. But the thing is, how the freak does that make Stephanie, like, again, this is how my mind works. How does Stephanie feel? Like, it's like, how do the kids feel? Like, how can they, like, see, like, there must be some understanding there. Like, because, like, to have this much of a fuck you to, like, his grandchildren's father is, like, it's wild to me. I couldn't imagine that.
I mean, we've seen that, like, Shane McMahon walked away for a long time, and he's not part of the company right now.
No, but the thing is,
he's basically stepped away because he was just like, this is too much.
But he stepped away. He stepped away. It was his decision. Triple H has always done what he thinks is best. And do you know what? Like, look at what NXT was. Fair enough, AEW came along. It was competition. Like, do you know what I mean? What do you do? Like, competition will always arise.
But like, WWE brought the war to them. Like,
I know.
AEW did not ask for this war. NXT changed its plans. NXT went on TV. They went on TV a week early when they didn't even have the time slot and put like half the show on USA and half the show on the network just to be dicks. Like, just to try to usurp them. And then they're mad that they lost. And it's like, no, your show looks lower production, right? Because it's not in big arenas, all that stuff. I love NXT. Well, loved NXT. There are still parts of NXT that I like well enough. I watch it every week. I have to for work. But, like, it's getting harder to care. And, like, I don't want to get attached to anybody because like the last vestiges of people that I loved are gone. Like they had a Cameron Grimes vignette last week. Do I trust that he's going to be here next week to fulfill his dreams for 2022? No, I do not. Pete Dunne and Tommaso Ciampa are working main roster dark matches and had a match on main event. Do I trust that they're actually going to get called up to the main roster and work on the main roster? No. Bronson Reed worked dark matches in main event too, and he got fired right away. So I feel like, this is, like those are Triple H guys.
But then this is also the thing as well, which I found really interesting about when I was having some, like, I mean, I won't go into detail because it was private conversations that I was having on Sunday when I was at ICW. And obviously
thank you for subscribing, WI Smith 86. Thank you so much. Anyway, continue. Sorry to interrupt.
No. Like these were like genuine private conversations I was having with people at ICW on Sunday. And a lot of people that know Regal really well, have a lot of conversations with him, and stuff like that. Thing is, now that Regal's gone, that like the whole like Regal was such a pivotal point, especially within the UK scene of bringing people forward. NXT UK, like it was, I would 100% say Regal literally would have like vetted every single person that went through that and was like, right, cool, yeah, this, that, and the other thing. Regal is going to get snapped up like somewhere or other, right? There's no, like, he's just such a mind for it. Like he is honestly
super valuable.
It's like, this is the thing, is like it feels as if they've just thrown away one of their like best cards. And
two of their best cards, if you count Samoa Joe too.
Well, exactly, Samoa Joe.
He's and Road Dogg at everything in the wrestling business too. Wrestling, commentary, backstage stuff, training. Like he can do it all too.
I'm
like Regal can't wrestle anymore,
well.
but they're like both of them I would put in like the top tier of people that you want on your side in a wrestling company.
Absolutely. And this is the thing, is I'm actually going to put Road Dogg out there as well, because from what I've heard, like he is actually a fantastic mentor.
Is he?
And like, we'll bat for you. Well, pitch ideas that he thinks relates. Like, he's apparently a really good guy. So to have this is like absolutely madness. And speaking to people privately about things, and they were saying like, if Regal goes to another company, no names mentioned, because it doesn't actually matter where Regal goes. People will follow, because do you know what? Regal is the guy who got them in the door. People trust Regal. People want to be around Regal, so they will do it.
He's
so
one of those guys you never hear a bad word about.
Never.
Which in wrestling, like, you know how there's always something. There's always like, but they do this, or like, they rub this person the wrong way. Especially like if they're one of Triple H's guys. You know, like the Clique has rubbed people the wrong way in the past, right?
Of course. But that's the thing, you can understand that a wee bit more.
Like, no, after, like, I mean, he obviously has had some demons and problems in the past, but like that's a long time in the past. A lot, like, who hasn't had stuff, right? But all you hear about the guy is that he's lovely, that he's one of the smartest guys in the world, like.
He's one of the smartest in the business.
He's amazing.
And he's got such a different mind for it as well. Like he can see all aspects. And I mean that like as in like the way he is, also the comedy kind of side of things. Like he's got such a huge passion for comedy and stuff. So, he's got so many strings to his bow. I always remember hearing, like, it was actually, I don't know if I can say this story actually.
Can basically you say it without names?
Well, no, Regal's part of it, but it was, in fact I can, it was like a promo that we did on ICW.
Okay.
That I was involved in, that had to get taken down because Regal saw it and was like, this is actually going a wee bit too far.
Really?
Like, we need to take it out. And like Regal phoned Dallas and was like, right, you need to get this taken down. And I was like, do you know the worst thing? It's like, I was sitting there and I was like, fair enough, it was like a good name, like a really big name and stuff in wrestling. And I was like, and it was like, I thought it was a great promo. However, I do see how in today's day and age it's not appropriate.
Yeah.
But I just remember the whole time thinking, Regal's seen a promo that I was in. And I was sitting there the whole time like, oh my God, Regal thinks I'm an absolute fanny for doing this. I was like, no. So, but the thing is like Regal he understands things, and that's what he was saying, is that he was like, I get it. It works with the story so well, like with this character, that and that other thing. And he was like, but we just can't have that showing on thing. And this is the thing. he cared so much more about WWE than he did like anything else, like in protecting that brand and protecting that name. So it's just an absolute mind boggle why they would do that.
It's
Like, even
gutting.
if
I
they
mean, it
wanted
seems
to
like
just
they're just
properly,
trimming
this is
everything
it.
right now.
Even if you just wanted to take him off TV, or like, I mean, he wasn't even on bloody TV often. Like,
Barely. I mean,
you
every
know,
once in a while, but not
yeah.
very often. He was
If you
still
just took him,
technically the general manager. Now they just don't
ah,
have one, which is fine.
but if you just took him off and just made him like, even the guy for like the PC, like, things, there's all these rumblings that they're going to get rid of all the kind of PCs everywhere around the world and just make the one PC and stuff like that and move NXT UK. But the thing is, like, the amount of people that they've signed to like NXT UK, I can only speak from personal experience because I know these people and I know who's all there. Like, it's just mad when you think actually a lot of people, their loyalty, even though it's everybody's like been their kind of dream to go to WWE, their actual loyalty lies to the people who got them in the door.
Of course.
So
Well, and
why
is the dream
not?
WWE anymore, or is the dream a
I don't
contract?
know. I think the dream is just a full-time wrestling career.
Because I
No.
feel like the dream has always been WWE, and there's still obviously a lot of people who grew up watching WWE who may still have that dream, but I feel like that's shifting. Like in discourse, right? Like nobody really trusts that they're still going to be
Well,
hired.
this is it.
Like Allison
Exactly.
Danger moved her whole family from Las Vegas to Florida for few months stint with NXT working backstage, and then they fired her. Like Hideki Suzuki moved from fucking Japan.
Oh my god, Japan! I know that's madness.
To Florida for this deal, and then he was on TV for like a few appearances with Diamond Mine, never did anything, and then he gets fired. Like that sucks, man. Like that sucks. That would make me think like 3 times over about wanting to sign with a company like that if I had to like uproot my whole life.